Module 5, Part 3. The last thing I'm going to do before we actually place control points is add the names of roads to the roads layer so that we can better navigate and find our control points on the reference layer. So if you go up to the roads layer and right-click, you see the option to turn on or label features. I'm going to click that. And for roads, that will often give you names of roads. So let's zoom in to the north end, and here we have the roads. So I mentioned that the first road intersection that I wanted to use was Salem and Princess Street. If I use the little pan tool here, and zoom in a little more, here is Salem Street and there is Prince Street. So that right there is going to be the intersection I'm shooting for. I'm going to use the go back to previous extent to get us back to a level of zoom where I can read the historic map better. I will just zoom in one more time to the north end on the historic map. And now I'll go place my first control point link. This is the Add Control Points button with a red cross and a green cross indicating the historic map and the reference layer. You click on that to activate the tool. Then you just go down with your cursor and place a point on that intersection. I'm going to use a corner. You could use the middle of the intersection. This is where it becomes a matter of taste and practice. You lay down just one click to place that first end of the link on the historic map. Then you can go back to the pan tool. You can move your map around. You can use the magnifying tool to zoom in on the reference layer. Now I'm beginning to see my intersection. To reactivate the tool, you click again on Add Control Points and you'll see another little cross with that link attached to it. We go down to the corner of Salem and Prince and click. Now I'm going to go over to the map in the table of contents and zoom to that layer, and you'll notice that already the map has been shifted significantly and its size has changed somewhat. It's getting a little closer to the size of Boston. Now I'm going to look for my second control point, north of the Common on Tremont and School Streets. So I need a little magnification again. I'm going to go into that part of the historic map, turn off my roads layer so I can see more clearly, and go in for my second control point. Click on the control point tool. I'm coming down, there's School Street, there's Tremont, and I'm going to put down one click for the first part of my second control point. Once again, I'll turn on the roads layer, and I'm going to turn off the Bonner map and start looking for that intersection, Tremont and School Street, down by the Common. Here's Boston Common. I'll zoom in to see some of these intersections, get these little street names up. Here is Tremont Street, and up here is School Street, so that's my intersection. Go back to the link tool, add control points. You see I have my link live again, and I lay down my second control point. Now let's turn the map on again, zoom to the map layer, and see if we've made some progress. Yes, I think we have. Now the map is beginning to look as if it's fitting within the real geographical space. And you can check this, for example, by giving the roads layer some transparency so you can see through it better. If you right-click on the roads layer, go down to Properties, and click on the Display tab, you can set the degree of transparency. Let's try 50% transparent. Click OK. Now you see how the roads have faded. but you can still see the map through it. I'm going to bring them back to no transparency, which is full visibility, for laying down the last control point. This one is going to be down at this end of the map. So once again, turn off the roads, magnify to zoom in to my target area. There are the city gates. Click on Add Control Point. Lay down that point. I'm going to put it right in the middle of the road this time. Turn on the roads layer. Turn off the map layer. And this time I'm looking for Washington Street and East Berkeley. There's Shawmut. I'm looking for Washington. Here's Washington Street. And my crossroad is East Berkeley, which is right here. So there's my control point. I turn on Add Control Points again and lay down that third point. Now, the program is not terribly happy with this, and we'll see what the result is. You can still say OK. Turn the Bonner map back on. Ah, we see distortion here, don't we? If we zoom to this layer, zoom to layer, oh my goodness! Now what does that degree of distortion tell us? It suggests to me that the map is probably geographically more accurate at the north end and perhaps in the middle near our first 2 points where the map was not getting too distorted, and it's not very good at point 3 going out the Shawmut Peninsula. It may be that the angle is really off. It's possible that the streets have changed more than Wikipedia told me, so that's another possible source of error. Let me show you if I decide I don't want to keep that third point, what do? You go up to the View Link table, just click it once to open it. You can expand it, and by simply clicking on a link and deleting it, hitting the delete key, you get rid of it. And you can lay down other control points. So this becomes an iterative process where you try to figure out what are the best control points to get the best fit for your overall results.